shock blocks on that shelf, and then close the door. Every time you get out of the truck, you gotta close the door.
Okay.
You go chalk your wheels, leave them halfway out. Then you're gonna come back, open the door, get in the truck, and you're gonna start it up. Take it out of gear, and start it up. Once you start the truck up for your air brakes test, the first thing you gotta do is release your brake. You make sure that brake goes down, okay? Alright, release the brake. Alright? Now, you tell the trooper, in order to stop my test, I've got to bring my air pressure up to 120. Well, my air pressure is over 100. So my governor is not going to turn my compressor on if it's over 100. That's what the governor does. So you tell him, I'm over 100 pounds of pressure. I got to fan it down below 100 so I can build it to 120 to stop my test. So I fan it down below 100. I'm going to bring it to 120. My RPMs are about 1,500. Okay, I just heard my pressure release. My pressure's at 120. It's time to begin my test. The first test I'm going to do, I'm going to check my governor cut in and cut out. In order to check my governor cut in, I've got to fan my system down below 100. And below 100, bring my RPMs to 1,500. When my needle starts to rise, it shows me my governor cut in is working. My needle is rising, my cut in works. I'm now going to build my pressure to 120. The needle should stop at 120, and that will show me my governor cutout is working. Okay, needle stopped at 120. My governor cutout is working. Cut out, pull out, shut off. That completes step 1. And now we're going to go to step 2.
Now, at this point, this is a straight truck. It's supposed to lessen.
That's on the next one. Right now on the steps, he's gonna do it. We're on step 2.
Lessen 3 psi's per minute.
Right. So the next test we're going to do, we're going to test our air loss rates. We're looking for leaks in the line.
Air loss rate.
Air loss rate. So step 2, we're going to check our air loss rates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release my parking brake. Now when I release it here, I'm going to watch my gauge here, okay? I'm going to release my parking brake. All right, after the initial loss of 5 to 15 pounds, my system cannot lose any more than 2 pounds in 1 minute. See that gauge go down? That's your initial loss of 5 to 15 pounds. All right, so now, timing now, and I time it for a minute. All right, I wait a whole minute. When the minute's up, I say, and I'm looking at my gauge, it says there was no additional loss. Now, I'm going to apply firm pressure to my service brake. Watch the gauge again. I put the pressure on, I hold it. At the initial loss of 5 to 15 pounds, my system did not lose any more than 3 pounds of pressure in 1 minute. Timing now. You gotta say timing now. You know, after that pressure, after my needle is stopped, timing now. I wait the minute and I say there was no additional loss. All right, so I have no leaks.
Okay.
Now step 3, I want to test my low air warning alarm, and I just want to talk about what's written down in your paperwork. It says my low air warning alarm will come on before my system drops below 60. And I don't use that terminology.
Just
I say
above 60.
My low air warning alarm will come on above 60.
Just above 60.
It's easier.
Okay.
It's the same term you use in step 5. So
Okay.
in order to check my I say to myself, the key to the low air warning alarm is to turn the key to the on position.
Okay, to the on position.
All right. So I'm going to fan my system down, and my low air warning alarm should come on above 60. The warning alarm is working properly. All right. And now, step 4, I'm going to check my spring brakes. My spring brakes should come on between 40 and 20, and my yellow button will pop out. I'm watching the yellow button. Okay, my yellow button popped out. My spring brakes are working properly. All right. Okay, now I brought my system all the way down. Now it's time to bring it back up. So I'm going to start my truck up. I always put the clutch in, put it in neutral, make sure it's in neutral. All right, I'm going to bring my RPM to 1,500. I'm gonna start to build my air to check my rate of buildup. Alright? The first thing I'm gonna check is that my low air warning alarm turns off once my system goes above 60.
Above 60.
Alright? 1500 RPM. My low air warning alarm turned off above 60. Now I'm going to check rate of buildup between 85 and 100. It should take 45 seconds or less. Alright, watch it, and I've got to guess where 85 is. Alright? 85 in timing. Okay, I'm at 100 now, and it took 12 seconds, less than 45. My rate of buildup is working properly. I'm now going to build my pressure to 120, fill my tanks to the normal operating pressure for this vehicle.
So we can function to drive. And then test the brakes.
Correct. Okay, at 120, I want to prepare my truck for my brake test. So what I'm going to do is make sure my parking brake is on, put my truck in gear,
Turn it off, remove
truck
the
off.
choke bolts.
Put my key in my pocket. Right in front of your face. Don't forget this. Don't forget to put the key in your pocket before you exit the vehicle. Because if you leave the key in the ignition, he's going to say, send me the next guy. Come back and see us again sometime. All right?
All right.
I've got to step down. Watch yourself there. Use 3 points of contact. All right, so I got my hand here. That's there. Okay, I've got my 3 points of contact. I'm going to get my talk box. I'm going to shut my door.
Better the video. Oh, you got the right iPhone? Yeah, you like, I need that one. Fuck this.
I wanted to get one and that's what they have. I was like,
You crazy. You lucky. You didn't have to buy another one and switch it.
he said it was like a very rare.